Hey friends, it's your host Steph Connell, lifelong goal-getter, betterment seeker, and both a student and master of making mindset matter. Through my 10 years of experience in coaching and leadership, I've seen passion and purpose diminish to form life's cookie-cutter mold. And due to that, you see the train of unhappiness get more and more bogged down. My mission in life is to get a rise out of you. Together, we are building a community of women who can not only voice their vision, but bring that to fruition. You are daring. You are valued. You are needed. And you are ever growing, my friend. The world needs our courage, and we are bringing it on strong. So without further ado, let's get to it. It's time to be bold. Welcome on to today's episode. It's such a joy to hang out with you today and be with you in your space wherever you are traveling today. And maybe your travels are just literally sitting in a chair listening to some good words flowing in, and I love that too. So here we are, it's 2023, and I feel like a lot of what people have conversation about right now is your goals. Because we always do the New Year's resolution thing. And if you don't, great, whatever works for you. It's not a resolution. It's about thinking about how you want to create this to be a great time. And you don't have to look forward a whole year. I want this to be a bold 2023 for you. But what I mean by that is I want you to feel more in place than you ever have before, day by day. And I want you to feel like your truest self. And I want to give you some major tips that kind of get overlooked and are easily, pulling us in, that we don't actually realize that these are things that we just start to sway into. And one of those things is, for me, skinny isn't sexy. And I want to kind of go back in time for a little bit here. And go back in time and think about when I was growing up, when I hit that time where, it's all about how we looked. Usually this is like, I want to say for myself, it was more so like 12, 13, and then going up to mid-20s, late 20s. That was all about finding yourself. And that was all about finding how I fit in, who am I? It was like, how do I fit this profile? How do I fit in this cage, this template that has been produced by anyone influential in my life? So whether it's parents, it's mentors, it's social media started to come into play as, I'm in those years. Whatever, educators, it could be anybody influential for you. Maybe it was a coach if you were on, teams, different things like that, who kind of gave you the tools and tips and tricks on how to go through life, basically. And I feel like looking back, we were always kind of encouraged to be skinny. And this can work in various facets of our life, not just physical, but very often for females, we were encouraged to be thinner. But also we were encouraged to be thinner in life and our mindset. It was kind of almost encouraged to have the, oh my God, like what? Like to kind of even be unaware, or, I threw that in there because that was a thing where it was almost like if you weren't smart, then that was kind of good because you weren't challenging anyone who was in that position. And we were taught to not over talk. We were taught to not, know our place. And we were taught to, what's the example? I mean, we can come up with examples everywhere. Like we were taught to look a certain way, dress a certain way. Don't be too loud, but be loud enough so they can hear you. Just remember it was just everywhere. And so I feel like it's always caught that we are always second guessing and overthinking every single process of a step for us to achieve something, whether it's, maybe if I have a goal that I want to do in my work life, or if I have a goal of how many followers I want on Instagram, maybe I have a goal of my family life, maybe the house that I want, maybe I want to travel all the time, maybe I have a certain partner that I would like to attract, all of these things. But then we have the dream, we have the goal, we have the vision, we know what we want. We know the things that bring us joy and happiness, but then all of a sudden it's like we start questioning, and we classify it as females, we classify it as overthinking. But I don't think we're overthinking. I think that we actually are seeing if it fits the profile, the template, the cage that we've been placed in. So if you want to be this, business owner, do you do it in a certain way where it's the right way? You have to be hugely successful in life. You need to be hugely successful. Focus on your goals, but don't be selfish, right? Have you ever gotten that? Or just remember your family time. Remember you have a family. I have gotten so much of that. And I want to bring this out on, I'm going to say paper, but I want to bring it out into the universe. I want to put it into space and recognize the fact that skinny has been really encouraged in all areas of our life. And so I'm here to say skinny is not sexy, and it's serving us and no one else any purpose by shrinking. We give no value to this universe, our time here in this place. We give no value by being less. So why is that message out there? I know why the message is out there, but I want us to think about it together for a very split second as we're in this space and talking about it. Why is that message out there to be less? Numerous reasons. You're not challenging your opponents, first of all. And we have a desire to want to be liked, to be part of the tribe, the team, so that we're not left alone. And that's a basic survival instinct by our brain. That's how we work. That's why there's so many tribes. That's why there's like groupings of every nature there is in life, because that's how we feel like we fit in and we're part of something. And so for me to say, for you to have a Be Bold 2023, and actually what that means is be your authentic self. In order for you to have that, you can't be skinny. You can't fit in. And actually, by you not doing that, by you not fitting the profile, the basic template, the guidelines for other people to feel comfortable, because you challenge them when you step out of your zone. When you come out of the skinny, you challenge somebody else to have to grow. That's what happens. And when you challenge somebody else and they have a light shone on them in the areas that they are not trying hard and they're not working on, the first instinct is not to celebrate you, but to diminish you and tell you, oh, but over here's not looking good, and really recognize on the negatives and diminishing, because now you've targeted their ego and their pride. And now they have to look at themselves and see what they're not doing. And how does that come out? Comes out on the comments on social media. It comes out on the comments in person. Maybe you have family that says, where's the other 2%? Maybe you have that. And so I'm going to challenge you that when you feel those fears of, maybe failure, think about what your goals are, the things that you have planned for your year, the things that start to tug away, and the too much thinking in your head, you think that it's all these excuses and I'm talking myself out of it. Well, there's a reason, because you're not fitting the profile that you think you're supposed to in order to be successful or be the one that's able to do it. But you can do it. I'm here to tell you, you can do it. It's going to take action. It's going to take being bold and brave and doing it anyways. And when those hard times come out, the fears and the worries and what if this happens and that happens, all those things that want to get you out of it, when that happens, I want you to tell yourself that this too shall pass. That is one thing that has gotten me through challenging times where I just feel down and out and down for the count is this too shall pass. Whether it's a feeling, maybe you woke up kind of maybe anxious, maybe you woke up kind of depressed, unfulfilled. Those feelings are all stemming from something, but allow it to pass, allow it to feel it, and process it as well. Step number 2 to being bold for 2023 is, this is really hard, because at first, if it's good, we're okay with it. But if it's bad, we're not okay with it. And that is, be willing to be seen. Believe it or not, this is really hard to do. Very hard to do. Be willing to be seen. In order for people to grab inspiration and motivation and value from you, and for you to do it from yourself, you need to be seen. People need to know you're doing it. It can look very differently, but I'm telling you, if you're not being skinny, you'll be seen. You need to be seen. Excellent example. Very minute, but excellent example. This morning, when I was delivering products with my daughter, I was not all dolled up. I didn't have the makeup on. And all I thought to myself was, well, with my nature of my business, we used to kind of create an example of what the product represents. But when she saw me, I had my makeup on and everything, and I thought to myself, and it's the same thing on social media or anything like that. It's like, do I have to be dolled up? Do I have to have the filter on? Do I have to do all the things? And we're hiding behind this facade. That is not bold. Being bold is owning who you are, and who you are is without the makeup, is without the facade, is without the bells and whistles, is without the filter. It's without those things, and showing up as you and saying, take it or leave it, but I'm giving you my best self today, and taking yourself out of that scenario. So when I went there, I delivered products, and it was like early in the morning. It's like 7 something in the morning. People are getting ready. It's a Monday. People are getting ready for schools and works and all the things. And it worked for me to deliver products for her. And so I went with my daughter, and I literally was being my truest, authentic self. I love toques and winter clothes and no makeup and fresh face and just brushed my hair out and, showed up like that. And I felt good about it. And it left with a great vibe because she got who I was. She knows who I am. I'm all about, I don't have to explain who I am, but, I love that aspect of life, of being who you are. You don't have to cover it up in order to fit the profile. And again, that's what I was talking about with being skinny. But this is where I'm saying be willing to be seen when you're not skinny. Be willing to be seen. And again, for you being brave and bold and having the confidence in who you are, you don't have to pretend. I want you to think about when you go into work and you're not really feeling like you're kind of grumpy that day. I'm not saying go to work grumpy, but what I'm saying is it's okay. We are human. And when you're understanding to other people and you show up and you show that you are human, you allow other people to be human. You give them the recognition and the acceptance when you just do it yourself. Be willing to be seen. Be willing to be seen also means that you are okay with showing up on your worst day and letting people see it. That's what that means. It doesn't mean that the post is coming out when I have the great idea, that was well written, that was a perfect picture, look at this angle, I look awesome, I don't have a double chin, blah, 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 blah. What it means is, today I fell on my face, I have tears, I am bruised, I am broken today. I am broken today. That's what that means. And you're sharing it with the world, not to whine and complain and to get help. You're showing that you are a human being, and this is part of the journey. And here's how I get through it. That's what I'm doing with you. I am being broken and going through that with you and sharing what helps for you to feel like you are shedding the chains, to feel like you can be lifted and you can finally be yourself and you can be in this journey truly. No more stress of what you need to be like, what you're supposed to look like. Who am I supposed to be? You know who you're supposed to be. And the moment that you step out of trying to fit in a profile is the moment that you'll feel freedom. And then secondly, is to be able to show who you are to the world, will allow other people to feel like they can be themselves as well. Number 3 is, as I'm looking at my list here, So I only had 3. But I think 3 is all we needed. Invest in yourself. What do I mean by invest in myself? Invest in yourself means putting yourself first and being selfish. So I'm kind of rolling off of be willing to be seen. So this is going to go in all aspects of your life to make this a really great year, but be selfish. Love yourself, take care of yourself, and yourself comes first. I want to give you an excellent concept that allowed so much to change in my life years ago. I think it's going to roughly be about 8 to 9 years ago that this concept changed the direction of my physical well-being and my mindset. And that is, don't treat your body like a garbage can. So I'm going to change it though. Don't treat your body and your mind like a garbage can. And what that means is stop giving yourself junk. Stop feeding yourself junk. Stop reading junk. Stop watching junk. I want to give you an excellent example. Whenever you have time to yourself and you get that opportunity to sit down, what is the first thing you do? And I'm just going to lay it out right now. The first thing that I want to do is sit down, watch an entertaining show, and eat chips and chocolate. Right out there. I'm being bold. That is the first thing that I want to do, and many times I do it. But what will serve me and help me feel better the next day or moment is actually doing hard work, which is the hard stuff. So treating my body like a garbage can is watching Grey's Anatomy and eating chips and chocolate. That would be treating my body like a garbage can. And sometimes I do that, and then I wonder why I feel like crap the next day. Can we just be honest? Well, of course, I have all these dramatic, everybody's dying in the show, this person's gone and that person's gone, and oh, I loved this person, and then that's in my mind before I go to bed, and the next day, of course, life sucks, right? And then I'm feeding my body with salt and sugar and caffeine, and of course, where's the nutrition? Where's the value? There's no value. How can my body thrive on garbage? It can't. So this is your opportunity to adjust. And I'm not saying that those moments don't come around, because sometimes we lean into those. They're like a security blanket when, maybe we need to process something, who knows? We'd have to go through those moments together. However, what will really serve you is just focusing on yourself and loving it. So if you have a goal of, let's say, losing 10 pounds and building 10 pounds of muscle, you want to tone up, then how you get to that goal is not by trying to be skinny. But I have to tell you, the moment that you focus on how can I love myself and why I want to be there, because I really feel that I will feel great and my body deserves to be strong and I just want to love on it. Honestly, when you do that, that stuff happens because your mind has now tried to focus on how your body can physically be healthy. And so automatically it will look for those things, and it will be the consistent, let's go to the bike, let's go to the gym. And then it will be when you're looking through the countertops and all the things for the food, you're not looking for junk, because when you're looking for junk, you're like, your feelings are rolling. Maybe it's a cloudy day and you feel gloomy. So what do you want? You want to comfort something that makes you feel happy. Maybe it's chocolate. And that's what happens there. But when your focus is, how can I really love myself. You want to get good words, and you want to read good books, and you want to look through the cabinets that provide nutrition and value and give you alertness and energy and clarity. You want to feel good about yourself. You want to enjoy your space and this vessel that you were gifted with, and you want to treat it really well. So it'll do a huge difference for you, but you need to do it in all areas of your life. So don't treat your mind like a garbage can or your body like a garbage can. Maybe it's don't treat your space, even your energy, like a garbage can. So are you watching who is actually allowed within your space? TV's included, social media's included, people you work with included, family included, and that will relay into your own thoughts that go through your mind as well. I tell you, when you take the 5 closest people that you spend your time with, you are an example of them. You are a reflection of them. So fill your space and your energy with good quality value. I just want to reiterate good words right now. Excellence, joy, pristine, clear, crisp, energizing, enlightening. I feel like Lady Gaga right now with her but those words, I want you to just literally say good words over and over, and you just feel that part. So go make year 2023 bold. And by bold, I mean be you. This is your opportunity to live it, to live your true self, to be yourself, and to be seen as yourself. I want you to get to the end of your life being able to say, I freaking did it. I was me, and I did a really good job. Go make it a great day. So listen, I really enjoyed spending these moments with you today, and I hope you did too. My gratitude is through the roof. But in order for us to make even more magic in this world, we've got to spend more time together. Make it your focus to connect consistently so you can continue to gain and change up your days to come. Secondly, we are a direct result of who we hang around with, and now you're in the world of becoming better. By sharing this episode, you are making an impact in someone's life, and frankly, we're just better together. And don't forget to tag me so I can send some love and shoutouts back, my friend. Until next time, this is your host, Steph, on Be Bold.